Good morning, everybody. I felt that we all joined the STC for a valid reason. We all want to get something out of it. So is it business advice? Is it we want to grow? And I just wanted to share with you really the journey that PPC&A went on, was PP Control and Automation, how we become a member, the reasons why Pim and I felt that we could absolutely add value to the wider network, but also the benefits of what we've seen as a member, and then working through our initiative of whether it be a startup or through an OEM to generate what is ultimately the strategy, it's business growth. So just to paint the scene, just a little bit about me and the business. So I've got 25 years experience in electromechanical, PCBs, PCB design, printed circuit board assembly, and then more recently I've moved over to join the team at PP, about 5 years now, really taking my understanding of the industry in those commodities and then bringing it into what was traditionally a very industrial type business. The business has been around since 1967. It's a long-standing business. It predominantly focused on control panels. And then really over the years, the business is migrating into being a true outsourcing partner and a strategic subcontractor from anything from a panel all the way through to a full machine. I'm a bit of a crazy adrenaline junkie. Claire's laughing there at the front. I do multiple endurance sports. I'm a 5-time multiple Ironman finisher. I've swam some considerable lengths along the Thames, and believe it or not, I've just signed up for a 33-kilometre swim next October. So that takes you from the coastline of Croatia to Montenegro. So that should be a bit of an interesting challenge. And then really off the back of what we've sort of learned through us as a business, Pim very kindly asked me to join the industry advisory group to really be that conduit between you, the members, the higher level board, but also just give a bit of, I guess, industry non-biased info into how you can manufacture more efficiently. So, kind of covered some of the PP stuff. 67, created, great, fantastic. We're up in the West Midlands. We're around about 230 people. We've got a fairly significant facility, 5,500 metres squared. We've extended it 3 times. And what we've really seen in the last sort of 2 to 3 years is how that business has migrated from being just a component supplier to being a full machine partner to our OEMs. And I think that's really come off the back of the pandemic. Lots of businesses have really looked internally about what's their core competence, what isn't, and then really looked to say, actually, do you know what? Do we really want to manufacture anymore? Do we want to buy the materials? Do we want to invest in the people? Do we want to build another big factory? So we've actually seen some huge growth over the last few years, and we want to keep going that way. This year, we'll do around about 34 million. That's 24% up on last year. I'm looking forward to Christmas. I'm exhausted. The rest of the team are too. But it just goes to show that actually subcontracting and actually being a safe pair of hands to companies out there, be it a startup or an existing business that just doesn't have enough capacity, it's a growing need and demand. And that really sort of lends itself onto sort of where I want to sort of take you now in terms of how we joined the STC and really the initiative that sort of Pim highlighted in terms of what we're doing with those startups to take them through that innovation and that sort of growth journey themselves. Just some of our customers. So, some of you may know Punch Flybrid. They're a business that's based on the STC campus. They're an existing member. And really how we come about as PP joining the STC is back in 2020, when we were in the middle of the pandemic. I think we were all quite enlightened by the amount of initiative that we were seeing on social media, where businesses were just diversifying, whether it be somebody at home making face masks, whether it be an engineering firm that's traditionally making metalwork, gone into polycarbonate face masks. We were seeing it. Garry, sales director, running a team at PP, we couldn't see anybody. You know, businesses just shut up shop, and we had a sales team that needed to be kept sharp, but we couldn't visit. So we at PP were already sort of having those discussions around, you know, Brexit. Is supply chain going to be risky? Are we going to suffer as a business? How are we going to keep our customers going? And we just thought, you know what, let's just do something. So we created the UK MFG initiative, created a video, worked with a really good marketing agency, did stacks of stuff on LinkedIn, and believe it or not, within 4 months we created over 400 SMEs all working together under an initiative of just trying to reach out, call for arms. You know, where can I get this widget from? I used to buy it from China. I can't get it anymore. Do you know where I can find it? Where can I get this piece of metal pipe? You know, the call for arms and the amount of interesting commodities that people just couldn't source anymore, which is bizarre. So we went through that process. One of the members was a guy called Roger Churchill from Lomond. He said, this is amazing what you're doing. You know, you need to reach out to Pim. So fast forward a few months, Garry calls Pim and Garry meet up, Pim pops over to our facility, we have a good chat, get on like a house on fire. Pim, come and have a look at the facility. So we had a good walk around, and immediately it was like, we don't have anything like you in the group. I think you could be really, really valuable to the members in terms of that sort of manufacturing advice. You know, we've got loads of startups coming through the organisation. They just don't have that advice or the manufacturing expertise that you have. So, do you know what? Let's dip our toe in the water. Let's join for a year and see how it goes. We're now in our second year. I'm an advisory group member. But really, it all come about, well, we'll join, but ultimately, you know, it's like the same old, what's in it for me? You know, we want something as a member. We want to grow. We want to help. And ultimately, you know, we were introduced to a company called Punch Hybrid. I met with Tobias, the managing director there, and they were in their early stages of sort of developing their product. So weren't ready for us as a partner to help them manufacture the product. But we kept in contact, you know, a few months went by, and we got a call for action. You know, one of the engineers reached out to us and said, Garry, could you help us? We're having problems trying to find an electrical backplate in a lead time that meets our specification. There's no business in it for us, but hey, you know, that's what we're all about. So under our PP Plus initiative, which I'll talk to you about shortly, we introduced one of our suppliers, one of our friends, and believe it or not, Punch managed to produce a number of products within a very short space of time, and we got them out of trouble. That kept the relationship warm and live, to the point that we then threw in some commercials about 9 months later, and we're now producing product on a monthly basis, which is a key to their Power Punch 200 roadside power factor correction generator. And here you'll see some examples of the product in itself. So I guess what I want to do is just take why we joined the STC, what we've used as the initiative to basically bring startups, our network of friends together to the wider network, and then ultimately just show you the case study of why it benefits. And there's some very nice words from Tobias there. So you say these are being shared afterwards, Pim? Yeah. So a bit about PP Plus. So as a UK manufacturer, we're all about growth. You know, we like to recruit people. We like to recruit hands. You know, the UK, I mean, I've been in it over 20 odd years, but, you know, the UK is just still a hive of research and development, innovation, you know, technical disruptors. And what really hurts me that I've seen over the years is that we've created all of these wonderful, projects and products, but we just give them away. They just disappear. They go offshore. We let big companies come in to buy that innovation. We wanted to use really what we learned through the pandemic, through the UK MFG, to really bring what we were already doing, in essence, and that's bring those people together under an initiative. We've badged it PP Plus, but what it does is it basically brings, our friends to you, startups, and help you on that journey. Because if we can help, startups on that journey, get them to a point of manufacturing, then you'll benefit from those desires of growth and being bigger than what you started off as. Now, under the PP Plus, we've broken that down into 3 pillars, and we've already heard that today. It just shows you where you focus your energies, where you can bring those partners in, and we broke those down into the 3 pillars of manufacturing, business, and academia. So, under that manufacturing banner, we as a manufacturing business can give you that design for manufacturer, show you the best way to produce products. We've got a great engineering team that have so many years experience across so many different markets and sectors that can bring that to you as a member, as a company, that's non-biased but shows you the best-in-class way of doing things. From the business perspective, we've got businesses that that can help you with your IP, your patents, your trademarks, sales and marketing. We've even got partners that are scaling up coaches, design partners, third-party safety approval experts. So what we're really looking under that PP Plus is just trying to understand where the gap is in your journey and bridging that gap by introducing you to partners that can help you evolve where you need to be. And then the third part of the pillar is the academia side of things. So we work very closely with the Warwick Manufacturing Group. They also see us a bit like the STC in terms of that sort of safe pair of hands, that industry that can just bring real life manufacturing to academia and show the best way to actually produce something. And that's worked really well. We've been with the WMG for a number of years now and been part of very significant projects which have sort of helped go into industry. And then really it's I guess it's the mission, it's the collaboration, it's what are we trying to achieve. So ultimately we want to make sure we keep UK innovation on these UK shores. We want to grow UK GDP. We want to make sure that we've got job security for our people, and ultimately have a business that can grow and scale. So that just brings me to really the last slide about collaboration. And yeah, it's if you have a business that feels that you're just not sure what you're trying to achieve in terms of, have I developed the product which is really good? Have I got partners that can help support it? Do I know where to get, some sound advice? Then, speak to Pim. Come and speak to us at PP. The PP initiative is there to support it. We don't charge for it. It's not a cost. It's just trying to, learn and share our advice of what we've learned over the years of bringing, the right people together to generate growth. That's it. Thank you very much.